Hi guys, it's Olivia here from Olivia's Catastrophe, and today I'm making a video on the book tropes I feel mixed about, so I don't know whether I love them or if I dislike them, and I'm going to be mentioning some books that I think did them well and some books that I think did them not so well. As well as that, I do have a video up about the book tropes I love, so I'll leave a link to that up there and down below if you'd like to check that out before you get to this one or afterwards. So let's get right down to the book tropes I feel most mixed about. So the first book trope I'm going to mention is the enemies to lovers romance trope. So I love it because you get to see people who dislike each other for a variety of reasons. Sometimes it has to do with social class, sometimes it has to do with personal trauma, etc., or just preconceived notions of them, and I really do enjoy seeing people work through those problems. However, the enemies to lovers trope can also be quite troublesome because a lot of the time before they become lovers, a lot of bullying is involved, and sometimes that bullying can be quite abusive, and that's when I cannot support them becoming lovers in the end, because it's not like it's unforgivable, because obviously you can forgive people, but is it forgivable to the extent where you're going to love them when you deserve their love? Don't you deserve someone better? So I really don't know how to feel about this trope. Sometimes I love it, sometimes I don't. I think a book that did that very well was The V-Girl by Maya Roberts. In this one, the enemies to lovers romance happens because of social stigma and social situations being so very different from each other, and it's a bit hard to grasp that not everybody who is in that social situation or in that job are that way, and they kind of have to work through that. However, books that I think did it not so well, Leah on the Offbeat, because I think Leah was really mean to the person that she ends up with and was quite bullying them in some ways, and that just wasn't the grounds for a good relationship for me. I didn't think that was healthy. So those are the ones that I think did it well and didn't do it well. Secondly, love triangles. I feel so mixed about them. Sometimes they're done really well and sometimes they're done really badly. An example of where it's done well, I hate to say this because it's also not done well, but Twilight by Stephenie Meyer. Twilight, because of the fact that the setup for the love triangle is completely believable. She goes through a breakup, she moves on with her life, and she starts falling for someone else, but then the person that she broke up with comes back and it's surfacing these feelings and she doesn't know what to do. That is such a believable setup for a love triangle. However, there are some love triangles that do it really badly, and for example, that's going to be The Sky is Everywhere by Jandy Nelson, because if the love triangle just leads to cheating, I am not about it. Cheating is one of the tropes that I hate, and I believe you can be in a love triangle and be deciding, kind of like Katniss is, but not actually pursuing a relationship with either of them while you try and figure out your emotions first. I'm all about that, and I don't think all love triangles get that fact, so I don't know, love triangles, mixed. Then pop culture references in books. I love pop culture references to things that I know. Even if I don't know them, I actually appreciate the fact that we get those pop culture references because it makes me interested in them. For example, My So-Called Bollywood Life by Nisha Sharma. I'd never watched a Bollywood movie, but I loved all these references to Bollywood. So it's not really about whether I've seen it or not, but it's about the sheer amount of them in a book. I got almost all of the pop culture references in What If It's Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera, but I thought that there were too many and it was just cluttering the story and being a total distraction. However, American Fairy Tale by Adriana Herrera does it really well because the characters like reference Beyonce a lot. I love Beyonce. They reference Beyonce a lot, but it's kind of not flooding the story, and it's also in light-hearted situations where it just is part of like dialogue, so it makes sense because people make pop culture references in real life. The fourth trope that I feel mixed about is everybody gotta get coupled up. I love it, but then sometimes it's overdone. So an example of where I love it, it'll be The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. It's kind of a given that each couple are going to end up together because of the fairy tales, but I really liked it. I like seeing them all get coupled up, but then sometimes I feel like it gets overdone, maybe where it's a standalone book and the two main protagonists get coupled up and then somehow their best friends also get coupled up and then some of their friends get coupled up, and it's like all this coupling happening because this first couple got coupled up, and I'm like, it doesn't have to be that way, and also where are your single friends? So the final trope that I feel mixed about is open endings. I am a girl who loves closed endings. I love to see like, this is how the people live, these people are dead, these people are alive, these people are in love, these people aren't in love, and that's it. I love my closed endings because I need to know how things go. I need it. But sometimes open endings are actually the best thing ever and are actually so good for the storyline. An open ending that I just absolutely adored was The Dead Fathers Club by Matt Haig. That is a Hamlet retelling, and I think it ended at the perfect place, and I wouldn't have wanted it to end anywhere else. But again, it can be very hard to get those open endings right, because if you leave it too open, your readers will be unsatisfied. Those are the book tropes I feel mixed about. Just let me know in the comment section down below, what is a book trope that you feel mixed about and why do you feel mixed about it? Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more, and don't forget to hit that notification bell to be updated every time I have a new video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!